What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Marco.
And your girl Q.
All right, and we back to talk about a very sad situation. Even kind of sadder than Shawty Low, man. I just this is a situation I just don't get, and it's very close to home. So I felt like we definitely need to touch on it because we got to get some information out there to our brothers and sisters. What we talking about today, Q?
We are talking about my home state, Illinois, Chicago in particular, with their over 500. Well, just at Labor Day, they hit their 500th death. Since Labor Day, we've had about 56 more murders in the city. So we're upwards of, it's just ridiculous. Right now, they're estimating about 530 deaths this year, with
All right,
again 56 being in September. More
year
than
t-
56.
year to date, as of today, we're recording this on October 2nd. It might go up by 100 murders by tomorrow. By the time y'all hear this, I don't know. We're fucking with Chicago. But year to date, it's 512 shot and killed, 2,783 wounded. Total shot 3,295. This is when I tell y'all this is ridiculous. I don't understand what is the problem out there in Chicago. Why are y'all so frustrated? Why are y'all so angry that y'all gotta kill each other like this? And let me tell y'all something about me. I'm from Newark. I've been dealing with murder my whole life, right? So, but I just never seen it at this proportion. Like this is just ridiculous. Oh
And
my
they
god.
say that Chicago still isn't even like the murder capital of the United States, which I really don't understand how not. But
So what's the murder of the United
it,
States?
it was like it still had like New Orleans up there, Detroit. It still had like the old school places like that was before Chicago, which I believe it. You know what I
I
mean?
can't
But
imagine.
you just keep hearing about Chicago, 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 and being again from Illinois, this is not new at all. Gang violence, when everybody stop gang banging, when the world, nobody was thinking about gang banging, Chicagoans are still gang banging, and those folks in Cali, Chicago has always been a gang bang. City. That's just what they do there, and so a lot of this stuff is related to gang banging. I will say, back in the early 2000s, that a lot of the projects were shut down in Chicago, forcing people to take Section 8 vouchers and move to different cities, causing a lot of gangs to be mixed. And that's when a lot of this not started,
That's a
but
fact.
when a big heightened in it. You know what I'm saying? You've seen a lot more of it happen when you try to mix, the GDs and the Vice Lords, the
Mm-hmm.
Crips and the Bloods, the Black Stones. In Chicago, every area has a gang.
See, this is the thing. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I met this girl out here in 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 Atlanta, right? I met her a couple years ago, and she was from Chicago. This is like one of the most authentic. First time I met an authentic Chicago individual. Q is from the outskirts. She don't know nothing about the city. So
You
anyway,
are a fool. Don't do
so
me.
I met this girl, right? I'm kicking it with her. We dealing with each other, whatever the case might be. And I had to ask her. I had to ask her, what is the problem out there in Chicago? Why is the murder rate like that? She could not give me a direct answer. So I
Because
was
there's
wondering.
no
I'm
real,
I'm like,
like,
how don't you? If you're in the city, how don't you know the issue? Now let me give
because
y'all.
it's
Let me
different
give y'all
things,
a kick. Hold on. Let me
drugs,
give you
gun
the kicker.
violence.
Let me give you the kicker. She was out here with her brother. Now her brother was on the run. Guess what he was on the run for?
Murder.
There you go. The irony is just ridiculous. I don't know what's going on. Now let me tell y'all something about when you have that many murders in a place. What it does is it makes it easier for other people to become murderers as well.
Definitely, because they
Because
see that it's so much going on. There's no way they can keep track, and you'll actually hear people talk like that.
not only that, but if you have a city like where I live in Gwinnett County, right? Let's say someone gets shot over here. The homicide and the homicide detectives, they have all the time to solve that murder because they probably have another week or two before they got to solve another murder.
Right.
In Chicago, a homicide detective comes up. He got to deal with one case. 2 hours later, he got a whole nother case. Like,
Right.
there's no way to solve all those murders when you got that many people. I knew this from the jump, so I made sure I looked up that one statistic about cleared homicides. They said in Chicago, out of 512 people that was shot and killed. 436 of it had no suspects. Think about that. No
Right.
suspects. They have no police corroboration, nothing.
Right.
Now,
Right.
I was born in New York, Brooklyn, New York. And I remember when New York had an insane murder rate as well. This is when Giuliani came in and cleaned up the place. What they need to do in Chicago is the same thing they did to, New York. They need to send Giuliani ass out there to clean that motherfucker up because I'm telling you, Giuliani is a god to a lot of people in New York because he really cleaned the city of New York up.
We definitely we know that is no, definitely. I've heard, because I've even heard Obama talk about needing new politicians and judges and everything done in Chicago. But the thing is a lot of that, I just don't feel like there's enough police. Period. There's not, like, how many times I've seen the National Guard or armies and tanks having to come to Chicago. Like, that's how bad it gets down there.
Look,
the thing is, but I want to say, being from Illinois, I want to say though, because people always have this perception, you being one of them people, Chicago is a beautiful city. It is a beautiful city. Skyscrapers, the wintertime. I hate snow, but Chicago in the winter is magical.
I ain't going to no damn Chicago.
The lakes, everything is really beautiful, and it's like it's going to ruins because the perception of it. Good food, that's another thing. Can't forget about the food in Chicago.
Let me tell y'all something. What Chicago needs, they need stop and frisk. You gotta give cops the option to stop and frisk. No. I definitely don't think stop and frisk is a good thing, but you need to get the guns off the street in Chicago. So I think you need to do stop and frisk over there. I think they need to do a mandatory 5 years for everybody that has a gun.
They have strict gun laws in Chicago. They do. They really do.
Impossible. Impossible. How you have strict? I gotta see how many guns was taken off the street because this is ridiculous. Something has to happen. Our president of the United States is from this city with all these murders.
And he lives on the part where that doesn't see any of this.
Listen, just last week, from September 25th to October 1st, which was yesterday, just last week, it was 12 people killed, 83 wounded, 95 shot, and 12 homicides. How is that possible? In some places in the United States, you don't even get 12 homicides in a whole year. I just can imagine how the next generation is going to grow up. They're going to be worse than this one because they're going to be really desensitized by the violence in the city because they grew up around it all the time.
Right.
So the next generation is going to be beyond horrible.
It's sad, but definitely with Chicago, it does seem like it gets worse and worse as it goes on. And again, being from Illinois, I hear a lot of people who know these people who are dying every day in senseless acts of violence, and we always complaining about which the Black Lives Movement for me is real near and dear to me. That Black Lives Matter movement is deep, but the Chicago murders is really close to home for me also. So it's like I hear people say we can't be mad at cops because we're doing it to ourselves, which I think are two totally different demons and, two different battles. But at the same time, we are killing each other at an enormous rate. Like, they are killing people faster than women are making babies out here. And it's crazy. And they're younger. They're getting younger and younger and younger. They're kids that are dying. These are kids that are shooting. Listen,
we got to wrap this up. But Charlemagne said one thing that I low-key agree with. I'm not going to lie. Charlemagne said they need to drop a bomb in Chicago and start all over.
No.
I got to agree.
You cannot say that.
Yo, I got to agree because the violence is just too much for me. I cannot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot.
Anyway, it's your boy Marco.
And your girl Q.
Go ahead, like and subscribe, and let us know if you ever visited Chicago. What was your experience while you were there? Did you think
food, good time, the parties?
Did you feel like you needed a gun? I just want to know. Anyway, go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll be back to you with the next one.
Peace.